Hello, welcome to the Angelo podcast. Just some weebs talking about anime. You got me, Zach. We got Brandon. Say hi, Brandon.
Hello.
We got Will. Say hi, Will.
Hi. I
And
will.
we got Vidhath. Say hi,
Hi.
Vidhath. Alright, episode 1. We're going to go over our top 10 lists. And we're going to talk about our favorite character from each list. Or from each show that we put on the list.
I forgot about that.
Just make it up on the spot.
Brandon can go last. Vidhath, you're first since you sent yours
Wait.
first.
Oh, I can easily. Put
Wait, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
you go first.
Wait. How
so-
are we doing full list or like honorable mention? 10
we'll do like.
down?
Are we gonna do a? I
Yeah,
thought
10
we
to
should
1,
do
10
like.
to 1,
Yeah,
10 to
go
1.
10 to 1.
Oh,
Just say
Oh,
your
so-
honorable mentions first.
my honorable mentions.
everyone do honorable mentions, and then we go into lists.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I have Kaguya-sama.
Ooh,
great
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Great
I
show.
like
yeah. My favorite character is Ishigami from that. My second honorable mention is Katekyo no Hitman Reborn. Yes.
Ooh.
Damn, you put that in your top 10?
No, my
Honorable
It's
mention.
close. It's it's in the same list.
wait. Yeah, yes, my top 10. No, not my top 10. My no.
Just
honorable
keep
mentions.
Just keep going.
I forgot a character. We'll go for
No one's gonna know who the character is, anyways. Just say someone.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll skip the character
No, you
then.
gotta say someone.
I'll go for Reborn.
Okay.
Okay. Uh,
Crazy.
I'll go for my either Death Note or Inuyashiki.
Oh, so now you just got 4 honorable mentions.
Okay, fine. I'll go Death Note. Okay.
Wait, did you say Inuyashiki though?
Yeah.
I was gonna go on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
I really-
I put that on yours then, since it's out of mine.
It's not on mine though.
Shit.
It's an honorable mention of an honorable mention.
Okay, Death Note and L. Okay.
Okay.
Next
Alright.
person.
So no. You gotta do your
I got this. No, I got
Oh,
this.
we're
I'll
doing
do
all honorable
honorable
mentions.
mention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
each
for
other's
my
first.
my first honorable mention, I did silent voice because we couldn't do movies, so it's an
Wait.
honorable mention.
You're cheating.
That's
how
cheating.
That's how an honorable mention works.
No!
Nah,
What?
it's
No!
honorable, it's
God,
honorable mention
Brandon.
of
What do you?
of
It's not on
shows.
the list.
Honorable mention
but-
of shows, not honorable mention of movies
No,
and shows.
I don't
Oh.
care. It's that good.
Okay, okay, just let Brandon go.
Alright,
Let
whatever.
Brandon-
That movie's that good that I would do it.
Yes,
No,
I agree.
I
the
agree with
movie's
you,
great.
but okay, whatever.
And then I put Made in Abyss because I really like it, but I feel like the world's not developed enough. Like it's kind
Yeah.
of just like baseline.
Oh
so
yeah,
like
that's a whole other discussion of top 10 shows, like when you consider like where it could go. Because like I'd have
Yeah.
like Promised Neverland and Demon Slayer probably on my list too if that was the case.
Yeah.
Citrus.
demon.
And-
All right, and then the last one is Oran High School Host Club, just because I really liked it. Oh, favorite characters also.
Just because I really liked it.
That's good.
I mean,
That's good.
that's all you need.
It's so basic, it's so good.
No, it's like because Oran High School Host Club, it's like a gay show, where
Okay.
the main character.
Perfect
Well,
for me.
Well,
no,
it's-
the main character is
well,
a
technically.
girl, and she gets stuck being a host in like a guy's host club where they like flirt with girls. But like
Yeah.
it's done really well. It's funny.
So what
All
makes
right.
that a gay show?
No, well,
Because
because
it's a girl dressing up as a guy, like
Yeah.
flirting with girls.
All right, let's just
That's the whole.
let's
No,
Okay,
alright,
fair
Made in
enough.
Abyss favorite character. I like Nanachi, and then
Good character.
for host club, I'd have to say the main dude. I forgot his name. I watched it a long time ago.
Oh, the main
Alright,
dude?
With the yellow hair, you know.
Yeah.
I'll go to my honorable mentions. The first, I had to do this because I love the manga so much and the anime was so really good. Is Domestic Girlfriend, the best character,
yeah.
Rui, Team Rui,
Does this mean
wholeheartedly.
that you are into incest?
Wholehearted.
Yeah, I am a supporter of incest. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
thank you
I didn't know
for
they had such a
clarifying.
big
Wait.
fan base. Continue.
All right, moving on. Vinland Saga is
Ooh,
just the honorable
nice.
mention. Yeah, with Askeladd is clear cut best character from that.
Amazing. Yes.
And then finally, I didn't want to not have an isekai anywhere, so I went with ReZero a little bit over Konosuba, and my favorite character was Subaru.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
Wait, you're
choice.
telling me Konosuba is not in your top 10?
No.
What?
Top 15?
Oh my god.
Okay, Zach, it's your turn.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say,
Whoa.
give it a second, Brandon. All right. So for my honorable mentions, my first one is Konosuba. It just barely missed the top 10. Like it was such a hard decision. Where
It's so good.
honestly,
Yeah.
like depending on the day, it could join the top 10. Like it's that good. And my favorite character is obviously Megumi. No, I'm just kidding. It's Kazuma.
Oh,
Megumi's a
God.
great character.
Kazuma,
but
Kazuma.
Kazuma might be my favorite character in like all of anime.
Oh,
I could
Nice.
talk about him for so long. He's such a
No,
good character.
Dude, I can respect that. It's
Yeah.
I respect it.
dude, who's better than Kazuma?
But can you do his hand movements?
I was just gonna say that. I was just like
Oh.
that hand episode alone, or that 10-second clip from that one episode alone made me realize this. Okay, and the next we got Plastic Memories. That show.
Nice.
That show.
Vidhath, put your thoughts. Vidhath, me and Will haven't seen it.
Oh, my thoughts on Plastic Memories. Yeah, respectable.
Oh,
It's good.
It's just
underground,
it
too,
just
a little
puts
bit.
you in your feels. Yeah.
Ye-
Like it really like made me think, like about like if a certain situation like that could happen in real life. I don't know.
It's like-
it's kind of hard to
it's-
like talk about it with since you guys haven't watched it, but
It's like a sad Detroit become human.
honestly, that's a really good explanation. Well, I mean,
Okay.
Detroit Become Human. is
Oh, I
pretty
forgot
sad, too.
about Sad Show's final
yeah,
honorable
Detroit
mention is
My favorite
Anohana.
character is Isla.
Okay, yeah.
You don't have Ano. Oh my. I want to.
Oh, I forgot about Anohana.
I know.
Oh my god.
No.
How does everyone forget about it?
Okay, well,
Okay,
it's too late now.
Anyways,
The
ending.
my third honorable mention was Parasite.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
That,
Okay.
that show,
That hurt,
and then
that hurt.
also
Still
a
haven't seen it.
top OST next to you. Oh my.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, so
Okay.
good.
Can we have
And
Will
my
go
favorite character is
first? I'm,
Chi-Chi.
Oh
My
yeah.
top
Okay,
10?
fine. Yeah.
I'm really interested in Will's list
Shin-chi.
because he said a lot of like
Okay.
what I thought would be his
Yeah, you
top
go
shows.
first, Will.
Okay, so
Starting at
number
10,
10,
yeah.
because I am a huge fan of Tsundere's, is Maid Sama, and
Unbearable.
classic. It's on Netflix, and the best character is Usui, in my opinion. Like Misaki is a very good Tsun, yes, but Usui is like a quality slice of life main protagonist.
Fair enough.
And number 9 is Kill la Kill.
Yes.
Ryuko, best character by far, great main character.
Nice.
Kind of brings the whole show together,
Fully
you
agree
know.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay, but is she really better than Jotaro Mako?
It is now, yeah. Fight Club Mako was.
I'm gonna
Okay.
have to disagree. I think Mako's the best character in that show. Like
Yeah,
Like she's like, I don't know, like Ryuga's like not
Wait.
even joking, as a main character is like amazing. Like
Yeah.
okay,
actually.
okay, but we kind of forgot about the dog.
Guts.
Oh, guts, guts.
Okay. Yeah, no. Little
Um,
spoiler alert, I have Kill la Kill on my list too, and I had a hard time choosing between Ryuko and Mako for like who I picked as my favorite character from that show, because they both like Ryuko's a great main character and like carries the show, but like it would just feel empty if Mako wasn't there.
That's true.
Like there would just be such a huge element of the show missing, like her spotlight things when she goes into like rapid speech mode and just like hyping up Ryuko or talking about the situation. Oh, it makes it so good.
That is true. Now going to number 8, I would have Hunter x Hunter, and my favorite character is
Hunter x
Aluka,
Hunter.
Killua's sister. Odd pick, but when I was watching that whole arc, I really could not care less about Gon meeting his dad. Oh, that's a spoiler. Sorry.
Yikes. yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
If we're being
I just
honest,
started
did
the
anyone
community
care?
arc. It's
Did
cool.
anyone?
No
care
one
about Jing?
cared. No one cared. We all
No
know
one cares about Jing.
Yeah, Jing's a
Okay.
bitch. And
Okay.
then Aluka, because she's just, I mean, I don't want to say a lot because Zach here is in the Chimera Ant arc right now. But so I'll talk about Killua instead because he's my second favorite, because Killua has so much drip. So much.
Oh
Every
my-
episode.
Dude,
Killua is
I counted
just
14,
drowning
14 different
in
outfits
drip.
throughout the show. 14.
Oh my.
And one of the actually my favorite fight in the show is with Killua, which I also can't talk about because Zach hasn't seen it, but
Wait,
Nice.
I think you guys know what the scene
Does-
is.
Does it involve the color red?
No.
Does it involve?
It doesn't
color
involve the
red?
color blue.
It does involve blue. That's a good
Yes.
point.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're thinking about the same scene.
No, blue and red are two different colors.
The opponent is red.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
spoilers.
Okay.
I tried making it low key so Zach would understand. You guys had to call me out.
Okay. And number 7, which used to be my number 2, but it dropped off, was Attack on Titan.
Really?
Levi is my
Ooh.
favorite character.
number
He's just
7?
Wait, why did it drop
yeah.
off?
It dropped off because it was one of the first shows I watched, and I haven't seen it in a while, to be honest. So it might be higher if I rewatched it, but
Dude,
Attack on
honestly,
Titan season 3
it
part
is
2
really
just
good.
came out though.
Season 1, I actually rewatched half of season 1 recently. It's just not as good as I remember. It's really good. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think
season 1 was trash.
yeah.
No,
So
okay, you can't say it's trash.
You
Wait,
can't
hold
say
on.
it's trash, Brandon.
Okay,
But
not
anyways,
okay. Compared to the season 2, season 3s,
Okay,
I
okay,
feel
yeah.
like season 1's trash.
It's not trash compared to
Okay,
them.
it's
Still,
still
okay.
season 1 is still like an 8 out of 10 for me, at least.
yeah, there we
yeah,
go. Yeah.
it's an 8.
I
Yeah.
just don't like you calling it trash.
But yeah, it dropped off because I watched a lot of other shows after that I just ended
Yeah,
up enjoying a lot.
That's fair.
I personally don't like season 1.
Okay.
Okay,
Interesting.
you said
I'm-
that. Thank you.
I said
Yeah,
personally,
thanks for
okay?
putting in your 2 cents.
I'm
Now,
not.
number 6, I actually watched with Brandon, is Zankyou no Terror, which was we were speechless for 5 minutes after this because it was one of the best endings I've ever seen, and my favorite character was 12.
Yeah,
By
12.
far, 12 is a G. 12 is
Was 12 the crazy one?
12 was the
Yeah,
simp. He
I
was
haven't seen it, so.
Yeah, 12 was the simp.
12 is the simp, but he's still a great character, and he was especially the Ferris wheel scene was really good.
Oh
And
no!
just yeah,
He said the
forgot
Ferris.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
Vidhath
was
is
another
the
Ferris
wheel
wheel
scene.
in
Vidhath
plastic
plastic
memories.
memories.
Yeah, I know.
No.
oh yeah,
No.
so yeah, that's the random pick that I put because some people do not think it's that good of a show, but
It's kind of
just
underrated.
the ending alone
A
made
little
it a
bit.
10.
Yeah, I thought it was
Um,
like I don't think it was like a top 10 show, but definitely like it's like a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
Like
I
really
feel-
good.
Okay, here's how I see that show. I see the show as it's a hit or miss for most people, but since it's so different from everything else, if it's a hit, it's like a really big hit. Because
That's
like
true.
there's no other show like it,
yeah,
or at least that I've
I
Yeah,
seen.
I could see that. I just think
I agree.
for me it was just really the ending and like the build up to the ending. And the scene where the nuke hits above the atmosphere is and the phone turns off. That was like honestly like a cinematic masterpiece.
That
Like
was just like a.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, I really like what I really liked about the show is like the character, like their interactions with each other. Like they
Yeah.
had really good interactions, but I just felt like it was missing something, and then that's why I gave it like an 8 out of 10. It's
The
like, I
only
just felt like
my only complaint for the show is the English. It was not very good in that show. And then moving on to number 5 is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden overall
Yeah.
it's like it's just stayed up there since I watched it. It was like the second or third anime I ever watched, and it's
Interesting.
just it's been
Wait, Vidhath,
just,
I want to hear
if I'm ever
your reasoning
having
for
one
why
of those
you're
nights,
kind
I'll
of
just
low
go
on it.
watch some Naruto AMVs.
Dude, the
just that.
Obito, those Obito MVs are so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, my favorite character is Itachi by a long shot. No one else from the series really Itachi in my opinion.
Hey, Will, can
Interesting.
I bring
Wait.
up your top 5 character list from like a little bit ago that you put in the Discord that one time? Oh, it was. Hold on. Let me try and find it. But I want to hear Vidhath's reasoning on why he doesn't like it as much first.
Wait, you
Well,
don't
like what?
Naruto?
Naruto.
Oh, I don't. I
No,
like
I never said
Naruto.
you
I
didn't
just
like
didn't.
it, but I think you're lower on it than like most people that watch it are.
I think I gave like Shippuden an 8 out of 10. It's like really good, right? I understand. I get it. It's like really good, but like from all the shows I've watched compared to them, I think it's like not as good. If that makes sense. I think it's the characters are really good. Actually, like I won't say all the characters are good. There was like the
Sakura.
no, okay, we don't. Okay, like that's a prime example. I felt they had like a lot of opportunity to like delve deeper on like world building. I'd say like it's they do good on like the history a little bit, but like I felt like they should have done like a lot better.
Yeah, I completely
If
agree
that
with
makes
that.
sense.
I would have preferred
Because
for
like
them to go more in the past and talk about that
right,
than make Boruto.
right. Well, yeah, but we
Facts.
don't talk. I'm not gonna lie, Boruto manga is like very good right now. That's what
Okay,
it's
but
All
Zach,
right.
I found his list and it's kind
No,
of
I have it up too. I was gonna read it. So first,
it's not bad.
no, yeah, it's
From
it's not that bad. But
especially from when he first started watching.
Oh,
yeah,
this is from like
he
over
said
a year,
final list.
almost.
Number 1, Itachi. Number 2, Orochimaru. Number 3, Kakashi. Number 4, Pain. Number 5, Shisui. And he said,
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Well, I'm also like in general just a new Chia-tard. Like I love that clan so
Yeah.
much, and I've like delved into like their
Well, I mean,
lore
you
and
do
their
like
history a
incest, so it
bunch.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Wait.
my favorite. How could we forget? Yeah.
You also
You like her? Wait.
followed up that comment by 6 months later or something like that by saying, "Good Lord, I was dumb." That was 8 months later. My bad.
Yeah, for those of you who don't understand, I skipped the Jiraiya versus Pain fight because I didn't like the setting.
Oh
Uh,
God, I forgot about
I-
that.
oh my.
yeah, that was you know, I
Wait,
did rewatch it.
that
I
was your
did.
Oh wait,
reasoning?
okay,
But
okay,
I
but
didn't
I
know
have a
that was
question.
your
Okay,
reasoning.
what are your thoughts on Orochimaru if you had him as number 2 back then?
I just thought he was super like he was like a wild card throughout the entire
No,
series.
no, no. Like now, what
But
do you think?
oh, now he's still at least top 3.
Dude, I feel like
Between
Orochimaru show was.
between him and Kakashi, I
decent.
could alternate them, but Orochimaru was like a sick character. I mean, he was just I don't know. He's like crazy and kind of pedophilic, but overall pretty good character.
No show is good without a pedophile antagonist character.
Hisoka.
Hisoka.
Yeah, and then moving on to number Code Geass and Lelouch. That was I don't know. It's just like
There's nothing much you
good.
can say about that.
The ending. I say Zangief's ending was really good. Code Geass is about the same
It's a
in terms of
masterpiece. Yeah.
impact. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Listen, it's
sure.
my opinion. I
Okay,
obviously
yeah, go
from
ahead, go
yeah, it's
ahead.
my opinion. I obviously overall Code Geass, just from an unbiased standpoint, is a much better ending. But I loved Zangief's. But yeah, Code Geass's ending is probably widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best, by a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, also,
That hit
in
home for
case
anyone that watched it because it's just like I know Lelouch is a great protagonist. He's just like once you find out all of the intentions all along with
Uh-huh.
the end, it's just it really ties the whole show together and it's just great. It's really just a great show.
I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out for a minute, and I don't know how we got to Code Geass.
it's the next on this list.
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
next one. You
oh,
didn't
Code
miss
Geass,
much.
very good show.
It's number
Good job.
number 3 is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and
Yes.
I'm not done with part 5 yet. I'm 22 episodes in. So I just met King Crimson, but
King
Oh,
Crimson.
so good.
But my favorite character is a tie between Josuke and Iggy. Josuke is the best JoJo that I've seen by far. I like Joseph,
Hmm?
but
By
yeah,
far.
I just
Okay.
by
By
far
far.
Joseph was really good, but Josuke is
Joseph?
like
Jotaro?
Jotaro's
Listen,
not
I
even
could
like he's
Jotaro is
case for any
okay.
yeah,
JoJo for
Jotaro's
best JoJo,
okay.
besides
Whoa.
like Jonathan.
Okay,
we're not.
But
I'm gonna be
Josuke
the
is
one to
probably the
No,
one
say
that
it.
would be
Josuke I
hardest
love
for me.
like
Okay,
Josuke is
okay.
just like yeah.
I'm assuming I'm the only one without JoJo on the list.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna talk about it because I don't have it, anyways.
Huh?
I didn't like JoJo overall that much. Like,
Mm.
it
Okay,
was
no, keep talking.
Rip.
it was fun to watch because of the memes, but as a show itself, I didn't think it was that like impressive. Part
Ooh.
part part 5 was pretty good, and Kira was good, and the Dio fight, but everything else, like, I could pretty much go without.
Really.
Oh my
Except
lord.
Jotaro as a character was like the standalone part that I liked about JoJo.
Really, bro, this is
Jotaro,
What?
opposite to a lot of.
dude,
There were
dude,
like 3 or 4 better characters in part 3 than
who?
Jotaro.
Dude,
Iggy,
Polnareff. Dude,
Polnareff, and
Polnareff
Joseph.
is so
Okay,
much
okay,
better.
okay. No, but you have to realize that like all these characters, they're like whatever characters. It's JoJo. Like all the characters are like that. It's not like there's. It's not like,
Dude.
Iggy, no.
okay, Iggy's different. I like Iggy.
Iggy's nuts. Iggy's
Well,
the best character.
So you
okay,
didn't you
when
didn't live for all the interactions
no,
between Iggy and Polnareff?
no, I didn't.
Really?
Oh
I
my.
live
Oh God, this hurts me.
no, but whenever Jotaro would go up and say, "Shut up, bitch."
Yeah, that's what made
Uh,
JoJo. It was stuff
Wait,
like
but
that.
Koichi's stand also does that.
Let's
Oh,
kill the
kill the
hoe.
hoe. Like
Peach.
this is what I mean by like it's a fun show because
But it's also really good.
It's
but,
good. I don't know
but
what you're saying. Like you're
the
like you're just kind of like throwing
there's
off the
to me
plot
to me
the
no
plot.
to me JoJo feels like too much filler even though there's no filler. That's the best way I can explain it.
What?
And there's
All
less
right.
of that in
But
part.
it's the
There's less.
stuff like that that makes it what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like part 4. If you
So
don't
that
have like the
wait, okay,
filler
so
that you're saying,
Zach,
yeah,
then if you say
that's,
that that's what it is, then I guess I just don't like what it is.
Yeah,
Then
sure. Like you just don't like
then go ahead.
that
I can
All
aspect
right.
of
accept that.
Anyway,
character
may I go to
interactions
number
with each
2?
other.
May I go to number 2? We've
Go. We
Yeah, we
haven't
have a
gone
lot of
through our
JoJo
list
to
yet.
talk to.
yeah.
Talk
Number
about, so.
2 is Haikyuu.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
is and my favorite
Yeah.
character is
Yeah.
Oikawa.
Okay.
Just like Oikawa's like great, like the curse the ordinary kind of thing that he has, where he's just a super hard worker, and he's like Kageyama comes in and is he's a genius, genius
Uh-huh.
header, and Oiko is all mad and tries to bitch slap him,
Uh-huh.
and then he kind of like finds his way after that at Oba Josai and brings the best out of everyone on his team. And he's also
Uh-huh.
just sick. His serve,
Dude, and
the
his
two
serve's
serves
insane.
where it just teleports to the other side of
Yeah,
the
Nishinoya and Daichi
court.
are like completely ready for it. The two
Yeah,
best receivers on
and he
Karasuno,
just
and he,
demolishes them.
yeah,
That scene gave me chills.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that scene was awesome. So
Yeah,
Oiko, best
I
character.
think I think Haikyuu is just so good because of those like the chill scenes where you watch it and like your
Yeah.
body goes like its
But
little
also the
funny
character
feeling.
development and their training, like it's not even.
Okay, me as an avid Tsukishima hater, I I I kind of liked him in season 3.
Yeah,
I have to
because
say,
his block
because
was one of the best scenes of the entire
dude,
show.
his
it was
backstory arc I think is the best of all of them.
Oh, with
We
his
haven't seen
brother.
Spill yet. Yeah, like with his brother, like that, like
But why'd they have to make him in such a bitch in the first 2 seasons though?
Because
because
that's
they were
his
developed, they
character.
were
He's the
and they
foil
were
to
focusing,
Kageyama,
they were
pretty
focusing
much.
on Hinata
Yeah.
and Kageyama more so in those 2 seasons.
And yeah, and number one, if I could give it an 11 out of 10, I would. It's Steins Gate.
And
Uh,
Steins Gate
it's
0.
uh, uh, yeah, sure, yeah, and Steins Gate 0. Um, when I
Just
say
the
Steins
whole
Gate, I'm
story.
encompassing all of Steins Gate.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not
Okay.
just
Okay.
so best character is Hoin Kyoma by a lot.
One
He
Kyoma.
makes the entire show. Steins Gate would it's just
Doo-doo-doo.
Hoin Kyoma is Hoin Kyoma slash Okabe Rintaro is the quintessential. He's Steins Gate. He just
Yeah.
makes the show. He's every little interaction he has just keeps you engaged with the show because of how just eccentric he is and how unlike any other character in anime that he is.
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing how good of and how like thorough of a character is, and especially once Steins Gate as a show just ramps up, that halfway point where Mayuri just gets domed, and then
Wait,
it
spoilers,
just
please.
picks up. Oh,
Oh yeah, this is probably supposed to be relatively spoiler free, or
Yeah,
like
okay.
late game spoilers,
fair enough.
but like
Okay,
yeah, it's kind of hard to talk
but
about
yeah,
some stuff without it.
Steins Gate is way above anything else I have on the list just because of how much I love it and respect it as a show. It's like from a unbiased standpoint, I think it's amazing, and from a biased standpoint, I think it's even more amazing. If I can put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Interesting.
Who's up next?
I agree with your list.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like the
we
list.
wait. Well, did you post your list somewhere so we could like look at it as a
Yeah,
whole?
we've been talking about
It's in the Discord.
episode 1 prep channel.
All right,
Like,
Vidhath, you're up.
oh god. Okay, number 10. I
Oh
got
yeah,
Mob
Vidhath's
Psycho.
list is interesting because he has 2 shows for each of his last 4 spots.
I take
What?
before I had like 4 for each spot, but then I cut it down to 2, and it hurt.
It's not
So
even like any of the shows are like
Yeah,
related.
some backstory. Vidhath has watched a lot of anime, like
a
more than
lot
any
way
of us by a
Did you
lot.
say like over 500 or
uh,
something like that?
I watch too much, and
Did
I
you
don't.
ever fully do your My Anime list or no?
No, no.
Like, did you even
And
come
you
close?
still have like almost 200 days watched.
I can't.
Oh
Yeah, I
man.
have like 400. I don't know. I've had like 300 or 400 on my anime list, and it's like not close to what I've watched in total because I'm too lazy to go find the anime I've watched. So
Nice.
so okay, top 10. It's I think most of these are like from what I like. They're popular enough for people to know what they are. So we got 10 as Mob Psycho, and then Reagan as my favorite character.
Of
Uh,
course.
because Reagan's so good. Like not only is he just such like a meme character, and also like kind of like a bitch. It's like, but it's
Yeah,
like
like
Whoa,
I didn't like him at first
whoa.
because like I liked Mob so much, so it bothered me that he was trying to take advantage of him. But then you realize like
right,
their relationship is so much deeper than that.
right, yeah. It's like he's not you. It looks like he's trying to take advantage of him, but like in like a like I guess like in a more superficial level, it is like that. But he still like took care of him from when like Mob really didn't have
Oh,
like
wait,
anything to go
He's
to.
the one that really brings Mob out
wait,
of his
Will, you
shell.
haven't seen this, have you?
Right.
No, I have only seen episode 1.
Okay, well, yeah, that's all I'm gonna go into Mob Psycho then. And then I had B stars as number 10 too, but that's
Wait,
like
wait,
more
wait, Vidal.
what?
You gotta shout out that one Reagan episode though. And
Which one?
Mob
There's so
season
many.
2.
Is it the one where he which
Uh,
one? The
uh,
one on the, okay, is it the one in where he goes on the talk show?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that episode was nuts. Man
Dude,
got man got cooked.
such
But
but the scene at the end of that episode is
It
so
was
good.
really good.
There's
Right.
So
there's
good.
Okay.
just an audio glitch right there. That's gonna sound so funny listening to it again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. The next, I had B stars tied with a mob for number 10, and my favorite character, and that is Legacy. But like it just started. There's only been one season, so you can't really say much. But since I'm up to date on the manga, there's a lot of like bias towards that, and it's honestly such a good show.
I
Like,
okay, good show. Zach,
uh
will neither of you guys have seen it, right?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna say I like Legacy, whatever the fuck his name is,
yeah.
but the deer dude,
Oh, Louis, yeah.
Louis the deer dude. I
Oh,
had to
he's really good. Like in
like
like
not
he's
only
like close second.
like whenever he's on the screen for the show,
Mhm,
like everything is just different. Like the whole theme of the show I feel is different. Like
exactly.
just the complete antithesis. I think that's the
Of
Big
word.
word,
Legos, yeah, yeah.
Brandon.
He's the
Like,
complete.
so-
He's like the
yeah,
mirror of Legacy. Like,
I don't know. I felt like when I was watching that happen and watching his storyline unfold with
mhm,
the
mhm.
main character, I don't know. I really like that part of
He's
the
really
show.
good too. Like the the main part, like the interaction between Legacy and Luis is really good because Luis is like a mirror of Legacy. So it's like he's like a weak. He's born weak, but he wants to be. He's projected strong. Well, Legacy is born strong, and
What
he
is
wants
like
to
the
project himself weak.
what is the spoiler free like? What is Beastars about?
Um, um,
Zootopia,
As a
but
non
good.
B-Stars watcher,
okay,
furries.
Yeah,
no,
that's kind of what I'm
it,
getting
it's
out of it.
it's essentially it's about a high school wolf in a world of animals where he has to deal with being a wolf when he
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
when like he
Ooh,
has the
okay,
power
yeah,
but
I
he
guess that'd
doesn't
be
want
good.
the power.
Right. Because it's like a lot of like it takes like a lot on like on discrimination and all that stuff because it's like
And
stuff.
it's a darker world. Like there's
Right.
killing happening and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very good show. I like really recommend watching it or reading it. Like the manga is a straight 10 out of 10 for me. It's amazing. Okay, so ninth we have two sports anime, Haikyuu and Ping Pong the animation. I don't really call count Ping Pong the animation as a sports anime, not because table tennis is a sport. I do play it, but like Ping
Not a
Pong the
sport.
animation, thank you. It's more. I feel it even though it like focuses on like table tennis, it kind of focuses on like like the growth of the character and then like how he needs to like how they keep up with their lives kind of it's like really good Haikyuu I think
Makes me
most of
sick that
us
that's at number 9 and not anywhere higher.
Yeah,
wait okay
that's kind of gross.
well oh I had to say my favorite character from Ping Pong is Smile he's really good and then Haikyuu I'm pretty sure everyone here has it on the list, I think I don't know um but my it's so good
If
it's like
Brandon doesn't have
Uh,
high Q, I'm gonna lose my shit.
it's
give
why
me
I think
give me a minute.
Haikyuu why I think Haikyuu is really good and not like any other like sports anime is like we can look at like for example Kuroko no Basket. It does well and like bringing out like the sports aspect in a sense, but even though it kind of brings in like the bullshit like in the zone thing. Well,
Hmm.
that's like the quirk of Kuroko. Well, for Haikyuu, it's just like I don't know, like it makes you like feel something, like it makes you
It
like
makes you want to
hype.
play volleyball. I'm
It
in my
Yeah,
legit
I'm in
makes
my gym
you want to play
volleyball unit
volleyball.
right now.
Yeah,
I've never had more fun playing volleyball.
I
right.
wish that I'd watched Haikyuu before playing gym volleyball. It would have made it so much better. Because I
It's
had
so
Lucas in
good.
my class too, so we would make consistent references. Oh, it would have been so good.
Well, you were in my class, and I was the only one who watched it. I was like,
Oh yeah, we were,
just-
we were in the same class. That's right.
yeah, I was
Dude,
like the
I
only
wish.
one who
Oh, that would
watched
have
it.
made it so much better.
Yeah,
That
so I was
hurts.
like, yeah. And then okay, so I guess like since more, I'm pretty sure Zach's going to talk about Haikyuu again, so I'm gonna just leave that for
Yeah.
now. Number eight, I got two again. I got Rainbow.
Shocker.
Rainbow is such a good show.
It's
I
the
think I don't
it's a
know if it's
prison show, right?
underground. Yeah, it's a prison show. I don't know if it's underground. I don't really think so.
To be
It's
honest, I
kind of
had never heard of it before you and Sohan brought it up like a month ago or
mm,
whatever.
right. Yeah, it's like how do I explain it? It's like the show, like the basic of the show is like these. It's like Japan in the 1900s. I don't know what time though.
It's got an
Like what exact?
855 on my anime list, so
Yeah, it's really good. I don't. It should be like legit above a 9. I don't know why.
interesting.
It's like how do I? It's like it's like Japan is punishing like delinquents. In a sense after like the war. I don't know for like reforming. So like there's like these high school kids getting like put into like juvenile prison, but like juvenile prison is like like complete shit. It's like bad, like the treatment and stuff like that. So it kind of goes like in the lives of these guys, like before the prison they're locked up, during like when they are locked up, and like after they like how their life is after, kind of. It's more. It's I'd say it's like like a serious prison school, but, but I don't know
What do you
if
mean?
that's.
Prison school is serious?
Oh yeah, my bad. But but yeah, I really recommend watching Rainbow. Um, Tied with it, I had Vinland Saga. Again, this bias from the manga. But for like the anime, it's like I Askeladd for sure, such a good character. Like they really made like a character where like you like absolutely despise him like in the beginning, but then like when it starts to go through the show, you kind of like understand why he's doing things. So I really
Yeah, I
liked it.
totally get his motivations and stuff. Like after they went in depth
Right,
to him, like the last few episodes, or whatever. What was the one where like they showed like him as a kid?
right,
It was
yeah.
one of the later ones. Like that one, like I really like. I hated him,
Hmm.
but I loved his character. Like
Right.
Yeah.
especially the I don't know if I should say it, but like that one episode where they encounter that village or whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah. The village. Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, like after
Hmm.
that
It's
happened.
so good.
Oh, and I hated that man, but I was like, damn, he's a hard ass.
I still haven't seen it.
I really recommend it. But
Yeah,
Brandon, I think
Yeah.
you will like the show. Even with your weird mindset, you'll like the show.
yeah.
um,
I like shows that are well
I
written
struggle to say
more than they
Brandon
are like
or to
entertaining.
guess what shows Brandon
yeah,
will like, but this one I'm pretty sure you will like this
sure.
one.
Yeah.
If
I
you
think
like,
Okay.
if you like
I
B
watched like the
stars,
first 5 episodes or something.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Next, number 7, I got 2 shows again.
This is the final two shows, by the
Yeah,
way.
this is the final 2 shows.
oh, I can't wait to
Uh,
talk about number 6.
I got I got Sangatsu no Lion. March comes in like a lion, and Attack on Titan. March
Okay,
comes in like a
first
lion.
off,
I'm
I just had to ask you a quick question about that. For March
what?
Comes In Like a Lion, does the show get better or does it just stay the same theme and you like that full theme? Because I watched the first 15 episodes of the show and I just
Mhm.
couldn't get into it.
I think I get like how you said it was. Is like a hit or miss show. Sangatsu no Lion is also kind of a hit or miss show, but like it's like a vibe show, if you know what I mean. It's um like the first season is more
It
like.
is a vibe show. What does that
Okay,
mean?
I'm just gonna spoil the first 15 episodes. It's him
Wait,
being
no.
sad. It's him being sad.
Yeah,
That's
well, yeah.
that's the show.
The entire first season is basically him being sad, and the second season is like how he copes up. Like actually, the whole thing is how he copes up with it.
What is it? What is it
Kind
about?
It's about shogi, shogi. Yeah,
Like I
Isn't that
like
that
it.
board game?
Yeah,
yeah. It's about the board game.
like to me, I was interested in the characters and like the
Oh
story,
yeah.
but there was no character development in the first 15 episodes.
I wouldn't really say that, but like
Is he a
it's
Actually,
prodigy or
let
something?
let me check how many episodes I've seen.
okay. Well,
Is he a
it's
prodigy or something like that?
yeah.
Who?
He's a prodigy.
Yeah.
So it's basically Your Lie in April, except with shogi.
Shogi. Yeah, but like your line April,
Oh, I only watched 10 episodes.
well, okay, for like your Sangatsu no Line, yeah, it's basically he it's a big sad. It's basically what it is. It's not like in the
That's
sense like
that's
it's not like sad, but it's like the sad like vibe.
no, like the
Um,
dude is genuinely depressed, and that's the whole
right.
show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then like it's more on character and like interactions and stuff like that. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. That's why it's number 7. And my favorite character is Hinata. She's like a really good. I like really liked her as a side character.
Was she the oldest one or the middle one?
No, the middle one.
Middle one,
Yeah. Next, well, yeah, AOT, Attack on Titan, Levi. Pretty
Yep.
sure. I'm pretty sure Will already talked about
Yeah.
it. I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, the Levi scene where
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
That
chasing
one.
slash running from the dudes with the guns. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that
that
one.
was that was
I thought you were
perfection.
talking about
yeah.
The Beast
Oh no,
Titan.
the Beast Titan.
Beast.
Oh, that was also perfection.
That
Those
was
two moments
amazing.
alone that made him like.
Is this Levi?
Yeah. Okay.
That's
um,
so
I
good.
I forgot to put it in my top 10, but like it definitely would be there somewhere. But I have to, dude. Levi,
yeah,
not
you
Levi.
have time
Not
to change
not, not
up your
Levi.
top 10
Fucking
if you want. You have
Irwin.
time if you
Irwin,
want.
dude.
I still have to go
Oh,
through 6
dude,
more.
Dude,
his
the
speech,
speech,
his
Erwin's
speech.
dude,
speech.
the Irwin speech. Oh
Oh
my
my,
god,
that
that's
that
gotta
was
be.
amazing. That was amazing.
that made
No,
him a
it's
top
good.
character.
Top one anime speeches of all time.
Irwin
Yeah.
as a character to me is just better than like Levi's got that like he's got the dope badassness.
I think they're
but
both
like
like the same in my opinion.
No, Levi
but
has
they're
backstory
such
too, though.
different
Like I don't know if you
no,
like,
he's got backstory, but it's not
but
like
it's good.
but it's a good. But he's not
Erwin
like
has backstory.
it's
Yeah,
like
no,
it's,
I'm
His
saying
dad,
that like
right?
Irwin is such a
His dad.
complex character when you think about it, because
Yeah.
he doesn't just have one motive.
no, yeah, but what I'm saying about Levi is that everyone like there's a lot of people who only like him because he's badass, but like there's also
Uh-huh.
layers to him that like people just don't respect enough. I think.
Wait.
I'm
Hold
gonna be
on.
the one to.
Okay, wait.
draw
let's keep
Hold
going.
on, one more thing.
No, I wanted to talk
Big
about
spoiler
Levi.
alert right now. Big spoiler alert for Attack on Titan. All right, I'm just putting that out there. Do you think he deserved to get the Titan serum
No,
instead of Armin?
Who, Erwin?
Yeah.
No,
No, Armin is like the
no
next
way.
generation.
no, not
Dude.
not because of that. Because this is what I'm telling you about Irwin as a character. All right, this is all spoilers, so I can talk about it. But basically, you look at Irwin. He's got the desire to save everyone, and he's got the desire to just figure out what his father told him about. So like you see the conflict with him. The moment he gave up his true dream of figuring out what was in the basement, he was dead, and Levi realized that. So Levi brought back Armin, not Irwin, not because like he thought that Armin was better, but because he realized that Irwin gave up on his dream.
Yeah. No, he
And
fulfilled his
it has
role.
nothing to do with like who deserves it more. It had to do with, did Irwin like give up his dream that badly? Like that, I don't know. That to me, that's just so interesting.
Well, yeah.
I
That's
guess.
written
Yeah.
so well.
I
That's
guess.
that's well put. Yeah.
Okay. Unspoiler
Next.
alert.
Okay. Yeah. Number 6. I have
Here we
Clannad
go.
After Story.
So,
Clannad
Brandon,
After
you never
Story.
finished it?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Brandon
never
didn't finish it.
seen it.
Okay, so what I've heard is the sad episode is episode 16, and I got to episode 14.
So you missed literally the best part of all of Clannad.
It was so slow.
No, okay, Vidhath, you can keep talking because I'll talk about it in a second.
I'm
but
sorry.
I
Okay,
do
what
agree with
what
you.
not okay. I'm saying Clannad After Story and not the first season. The first season is like it's okay. It's not like a really good show.
It's an
But you
ordinary
need
slice of life.
it's a very normal slice of life. But what I really thought
Well,
like but you need
it's pretty sad too.
it's kinda but like
Okay,
you need
I didn't
But it's
like
about
it.
all the other characters. It's
but
everybody
you know
you
what?
need
except
to
for the main
watch
two.
you need to watch season 1 to watch
Okay,
Oh yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not
have
gonna
attachment.
I'm not gonna like spoil it because it's like spoilers, but like season 1, the first character, like the one I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
no, yeah, I remember you saying that you didn't like that.
So this one character is introduced, and like it seems like, oh, this is gonna be a big character in the show, and then after episode 8, they're just gone.
I mean, she kind of has an impact.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, the
And it's
ripple
just
effect
like,
of what happened to her sister because of that, and how the sister
Yeah.
marries the dude that later employs him. Like it's all about like stuff that happens in the past that affects like has a huge
The
ripple
fut-
effect in the future.
Yeah, that's
It's
the
one of
main
those
thing is
shows that
ripple
like
effect. Yeah.
maybe I just missed
it just
some of
builds
it.
upon every little
I
thing
thought
that happens.
I thought that it was just.
I appreciate much more looking back on it now than when I was watching it. It's one of those
Uh,
shows for sure.
I'm sorry to say it like this, but I can't put it nicely. I just thought the show was too boring.
No,
Like
it
That's
what,
good. That's fine.
I had
But like
several times like asked Vidhath.
to
I had
me,
several
nothing
times
ever
when I was
happened.
watching it where I was like, "Yo, Vidhath, this is boring as hell." like,
wait, let me say what I really
okay, go
it's
ahead.
like what Brandon's like. Oh, it's like the sad part is like real. Like that's like yeah, it's on that episode, like episode 16 or something. I don't give a shit. But like the real part that like I really liked about After Story is like the struggles of like adulthood, and then um like basically like being like a parent. That's like what I really liked about
They
After
have
Story.
kids.
Shut up, Brandon. But like, yeah,
Wait,
and my favorite
no.
character is Tomoya because Tomoya is like
Oh,
honestly one of the best like
so
anime
good.
protagonists of like all time. He's such a good character.
Yeah, he's like right next to Kazuma for me, actually.
He's
Actually,
so good.
Yeah,
Yes, Brandon, you're missing out.
maybe I'm probably like
and his
forgetting.
interaction with
I
everybody
watched
too.
this
He's like a
with.
straight up funny dude. Like,
Yeah, he's good. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
actually, no, I remember him being kind of badass. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number 5, Code Geass. I think Will talked about it,
Yeah,
and then
we already did talk about this one a bit.
best character Lelouch. Ending was insane, so good. Okay,
not what's her name? Nina.
no, we don't talk about
Table.
Nina.
Nina plus Table, best character.
Table didn't deserve it. Uh, next character, I mean, next anime is Hunter x Hunter. Will talked about
Ooh,
this, but like,
Hisoka.
it's Hisoka is my favorite character in that. He's like such a good villain. I don't know why, but it's like
Swing.
swing. Yeah, he's
No,
just
okay, hear me out. He's a good villain because he's not insanely powerful.
Exactly. But Hunter x Hunter,
He
like,
still is like
it,
really good, like really powerful though. Like
Oh,
not,
he's
right,
he's not
strong. 'Cause, like,
insanely, but like
but like it's not like he's moderate level where it's like, oh my god,
uh,
he's near us, we have to be scared.
yeah,
Like he
right,
has this just like unsettling vibe.
right.
yeah.
Oh, and his OST is so good.
Oh, I love his OST.
His
That's a
OST
whole
is so
nother
good.
episode.
Right. Okay, we're in the top three range. Number three, I have JoJo.
Yes.
Because
Oh.
JoJo is actually just like amazing. Like what Brandon says, like, oh, it's just a meme. There's nothing else about it. Like that's just like kind of wrong because like there's
That,
so
that,
Yeah,
much.
I agree.
There's so much with JoJo. Like
Sean,
I
your opinion is wrong.
I know that, like, I'm not saying that the show has nothing. I'm just saying, to me, I feel like the show's shallow, and it's not like there's no story. I just think the story's carried by the fact that the community is so JoJo.
no, I
But the
that
show is also so JoJo. That's what
yeah,
makes it so
exactly. That's
good.
why it's good because like
So
okay, let's
so
take it. Oh, wait. Let's take an example of part four. When you said like, oh, I don't really. It's like filler, but not filler. It's not really good. But that's like the point because it's supposed to be started off as a slice of life, but then it's like a weird mystery and then like murder mystery mixed in with it because it's just a normal community, right?
okay,
That's
okay,
the vibe of part four, and you're supposed to like like start to get used to like Morio as a whole. You're supposed to get used to the characters and like the interactions between them, and then you get hit with, in my opinion, one of the best characters are okay. Spoiler alert: best characters and best villains in JoJo, which is Kira Yoshikage. He's such a good character and like made up like part four, like basically like wrapped it up in my opinion because it's like really good. And then manga, I'm not even going to talk about the manga. Part seven is a. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Part 7
Yeah,
/ mic drop.
yeah. Part seven, amazing. And when it gets animated, easily probably my like favorite anime of all
Yeah,
time.
I'll
Probably.
probably have to agree with you too on that point.
Uh, okay. Second, Steins Gate, Okabe. Will already talked about that. I
Yeah.
basically agree with him with all of it. And then number one is I'm the only one who watched the show out of us. Is Gintama. Gintama is honestly one of the best shows I've ever watched.
I don't know, but I've seen the first 2 episodes. I'm pretty sure I know a
Oh,
lot.
that's cool. Out of like what 300, but it's so good. It's
Aren't the
honestly
two
amazing.
aren't the first two filler also?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
no, they're not filler. They're just put in the wrong place. But like Gintama,
I remember
Put in the
it's
watching
wrong
and being
place.
confused.
not only just like the comedy is amazing. I don't think like I've laughed this much by just like watching it. Like I don't usually you don't usually watch something
Okay,
and laugh
okay,
by yourself.
okay, but no
So
one
just for
cares.
clarification,
Zach,
what other shows like do people need to watch to understand Gintama at its best?
Oh, a lot.
name
Because
the
it
five
makes
most
Like
important.
the biggest five you need to
JoJo's.
know. Like
I
right.
don't know. There's so many
JoJo's
references.
is
There's
one
like
of
Okay.
them.
There's a whole stands. There's like a lot of Bleach, a lot of Dragon Ball references. There's a Naruto reference. There's like a lot of minor ones. So
I was
like
gonna
yeah,
say
just one.
Minecraft.
No, not Minecraft.
All
Okay.
right. All
All
right.
right,
Okay,
I'll go.
Zach.
No, I'll go next because I want to hear Brandon's last.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because I'm weird.
all right, so number 10.
You're quirky.
Vidhath thinks this is a hot take, but I have Angel Beats at number 10.
That's a hot
So
take.
Angel Beats,
Hmm.
I watched it at the very, I don't know, as like the fourth of 5 sad shows in a row watching it, and it was
The
such a
sad binge.
breath of fresh air for me. Yeah, the sad binge. Such a breath of fresh air because like it was way funnier than I thought it was going to be. Like TK as a character is just like probably one of the funniest characters I've ever watched, and like the sad parts hit really sad. Like for some reason, I don't know what it was about Angel Beats. Maybe it was just because I was watching a bunch of sad shows.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
not
just
gonna lie. I watched the first 4 episodes, got bored, and dropped it. So.
oh that hurts. See that hurts because when you do that, like you just take away like what happens at the end. Like it's all a build up to the end. Is what that kind of show is.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it
So, I
up
don't know.
eventually once I get more free
And
time.
the best character in that show is Otonashi, the main character. Like you can go with a lot of options here. You can go with TK or you can go with Hinata, but like Otonashi, like he's like in the same vein as like Okazaki and from Clannad and Kazuma from Konosuba for me. Like best characters / like they even like their personalities are pretty similar too. But yeah, like I could talk for a long time, but Angel Beats, but I'll move on. Next number 9, I have Mob Psycho. Just like the animation in Mob Psycho alone is enough to warrant it being top 10.
Respectable.
The fight scenes are ridiculous, but like learning about Mob as a character and seeing him like go from like this super shy like individual like to like coming out of his shell more and like is crazy. Like it's really cool to watch, and like the whole what's it called? What's the weight? Is it weightlifting club or whatever? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's so good. It's so good. Um, and that's all. I'll stop there. But Mob's my favorite character from that one too. And then number 8, I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I don't know if any of you guys have this on your list.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. That'll be like probably 6
I
for
watched
me.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood really early on, like probably like right after Naruto actually.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It
And
was my third or fourth anime.
It was like it's like a 70 episode anime or something like that.
62.
62. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a longer one. So I was like, oh, it's longer. It's like Naruto. I'll
64.
probably watch it pretty slowly. I grinded it in about 3 days, I think, because of like how addicted to it I was. Like I don't remember a ton about it, which is probably bad. So I want to rewatch it soon. But I won't forget like just how I felt going through it. Like the story like wrapped me up so much I literally couldn't stop watching it. And then Roy's my favorite character. That dude is on another
Yep.
level. He's insane. His scene where he, spoiler alert, just
Yeah,
absolutely
I think
destroys,
everyone-
We know what you're
everyone-
talking about.
everyone knows
destroys
this.
Lust. Yeah, like that. Oh, that is just like just genius.
He just keeps snapping his fingers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7, Gurren Lagann. I don't know if you guys have
Blech.
seen this.
Trash.
Brandon and Will
Trash.
don't like
Trash. It's
I
not good.
it. Fully disagree with
Part
you.
It's
1 is also
good.
so much better than part 2. Part 2 is
No,
Also
no.
Part 1 carried the show. I love part 1. Part 2 is terrible.
Just,
No.
like, I think Vidhath said this before.
Okay.
The whole point of the show is that it's circular. Like it goes, everything that happens at the beginning is like a direct reflection of what happens at the end.
Exactly.
No, the show's not that high IQ.
It is.
It is.
It's
It is
not.
IQ. It legit
No.
is. You guys probably just
This
saw.
is a discussion for another day.
Okay,
though.
no, listen though, because Gurren Lagann was the first anime I ever watched. The first one.
Mhm.
I saw it on Netflix, and Brandon kept talking about anime because I started anime the most recent out of all of us, and I'm
That was
like,
a
all right, I'm
struggle
gonna
to get
pick an
that
anime
out.
I see on Netflix, and I'm gonna watch it, and it was Gurren Lagann. The only reason I'm watching anime right now is because I thought Yoko was hot. That's literally straight up. Gurren Lagann did not captivate me, and then I watched Seven Deadly Sins, and I thought that was the best thing I'd ever watched. That was my favorite show for a
Oh,
solid
no.
6 months.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah.
and Kamina is my favorite character from that, just because of like his
If
character as a
we're
whole.
being honest, the show is kind of trash.
It's not.
Okay,
Facts.
this is for another day. Keep going.
Number 6, I
Okay.
have Assassination Classroom. That
Yeah,
show is
very
just like
good.
it was so enjoyable to watch. Like, if this is like, I don't know how we're doing these top 10 lists, but like it could definitely move up for me from number 6 spot. Like, I don't think any of these like are actually like my legit top 10. Like, they could move around any day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But like this show is like so enjoyable to watch. Like I don't know,
Mhm.
I don't know what it was like that just like captivated me about it. Like maybe it was just Koro Sensei's interaction with everybody. That's why he's my favorite character. Like his interactions with the class as a whole, and like how he like brings these students from like the shit tier of the school to like beating the top class. Like that's just like
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
it was so fun to watch. Okay, well
I
it's
want
kind
to
of
very badly, but
really
yeah.
obvious like what happens, but like
No,
and
I
then,
know,
like,
but I just
and it's also like a really like emotional show too. Like especially when you start learning about characters' backstories in the second season, like
Mhm.
like especially like with what's his name, Nagisa. What's his
Yeah.
name? Traps. But yeah, it's like that in general, and Koro Sensei's like response to that and how he's always looking out for the well being of the students. Like it's good. Number 5, I have Attack on Titan.
Mhm.
Gayguk did a really good video on Attack on Titan that could describe my feelings for this better than like I could. But basically, what season 1 and season 2 do to like get you to like Attack on Titan.
They walk
The combination, yes,
season
they
3
walk so
could
season
run.
3 could run. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah, like season 1 was like all about like the gore and the action, like the how like in a post-apocalyptic scenario they're in because of the Titans or because of the yeah. And then season 2 is like really political. Like it gives you like a lot of the backstory on like the situation. And then season 3 is just like both. It just hits you. And then my favorite character is Aaron, simply because of his character development. Like I like him as a character, but he's kind of a bitch sometimes. But
yeah, I can respect
his
that.
character development is probably the best in anime I've ever seen. And I'm sure, like from what I've like seen, like manga readers saying, like he's gonna be even better of a character once season 4 comes out. So number 4, I have Haikyuu. I didn't buy into the hype of Haikyuu originally when Vidhath and Lucas are talking about it. I was like, oh, it's a guys volleyball show. Like, if anything, I would watch a girls volleyball show because like, yeah,
Yeah.
but I was after season 1, I was like floored. Like it blew my expectations out of the water. And Nishinoya is best character. Like just because he literally carries that team. Like they're all like really good, but they all have their flaws. Like he's like closest to like being perfect, like the best in his position out of all of them, I think.
Nishinoya, right?
Yeah.
And side note,
Yeah.
if you guys hear the names Lucas and Sohan, you're gonna meet them later. Just weren't here today. We've
Yeah.
mentioned both their names multiple times now,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
sorry to
they'll be
cause the
popping in every once
confusion.
in a while. Number 3, I have JoJo's. We've talked a lot about JoJo's, so I won't go
Yeah, we all
super
had
in depth
JoJo's
to
at
that.
3 weeks. I don't.
But
Brandon doesn't, obviously.
Joseph's my favorite character, just because of how
Yeah.
how often he's there and how many like how different of characters he is every time
Joseph.
you see him.
Nice, very nice,
I
Caesar
just-
Chan.
Holy shit!
his English is the best in anime.
We could have a whole podcast of just English Joseph.
Oh, definitely. I just wish we could have seen more of him from part 2, like that version of Joseph. Like if
Yeah.
it was way like
that
him and
was-
Caesar like way longer, like that'd have been
Yeah,
great.
like if we took out part 1 and made it only part 2.
Facts.
Well, honestly, part 1 didn't need to be that like even 9 episodes. Like it could have been like a 3-episode version.
Part 1
of
was 11
2.
episodes.
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure it was 9.
I think it was like 9 or 8. Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, Joseph is my favorite character. And then number 2, Steins Gate. Like
Oh,
we've
yeah,
all had this
yeah.
one. Like it's really hard to go into Steins Gate without talking about spoilers, so I won't go.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like Vidhath and Will said, Okabe best character. And number 1, I have a personal attachment to the show. It's Kill la Kill.
Yes.
Ryuko is best character. She's my profile picture on Discord for a reason. She's a great character. Like if I could sum this show up in 5 words, it is naked people fighting clothes. Which if that doesn't draw you into to watch it, then I don't know what would.
Exactly.
Just
Good
like
show,
the
good show.
first 12. I think I watched a video about this that got me into to watch Kill la Kill. The guy said the first 12 are like a fun, happy like slice of life that like with some action, you know, like all the
Slice
fights.
of life.
Yeah, it's like they go to school, they fight one character.
Bruh.
Okay, slice of life like element, like not like actually a slice of life.
Oh
Well,
my
actually slice,
God.
haha. Play on words. But
Oh my.
there's
Whatever you say.
it's like a fight every episode, you know, like they go to school, like that's the kind of thing. And then something happens within like the range of episodes 10 to 12, I don't exactly remember, that just like kind of changes the vibe of the show. And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like it becomes like a struggle against a higher power, which like that show is
Yeah.
followed in anime a lot, but like I think Kill la Kill does it really well.
And the amount of plot twists
Oh, there's
was
so many
so
plot
good.
twists,
There's
yeah.
just so many, and you just never know what's happening, especially
Yeah.
in the last like 12 to 6 episodes. It's just left and right
Yeah, and
mind
like
fuck.
a lot of the stuff that they bring up towards the end that like is a plot twist is like stuff that you learned about in the first
Yeah.
8 or so episodes or whatever that like you just kind of discounted.
And another note is that what it's really cool is the art style. It's like
Oh, I love Triggers.
yeah,
Kill la
Trigger's
Kill
the
and
best.
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Another reason I really like both of those shows was because of the art
and
style. They did such
also
a
the
good
fact
job
that
with
it's
that.
original anime, not based off of a manga, is pretty sick
Yeah.
too. It's just a really good story, and they didn't have to base it off of anything to
Right.
make it a really
Zach,
good show.
Zach, you gonna shout out me for getting you the manga?
Yeah, I do have to shout out Brandon for that one. I bought it off for like $10. Hardcover, first copy of the manga. I don't think there's anything else I need to say about Kill la Kill. Oh well, Trigger is also releasing they also did Promare, so which is another reason why I want to watch Promare because it's made by
Yeah.
Trigger.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm all about
We
it
gotta
watching
watch
next
it.
week.
No,
Ooh.
you're gonna watch it without us.
Yeah, with the club.
Oh,
That hurts.
Alright.
All right,
Yeah,
Brandon,
Alright.
it's your time.
Okay.
Oh
So
boy.
I had my list set out, and as this discussion was going on, if someone said a show and I thought that it was like an iffy on my list, I took it off and replaced it with something that wasn't said, so I could. So my list is, I believe none of these have been in the
Said.
top 10, other than
Okay.
like 2 or 3.
Okay.
So you
Number
did, so
10.
this is not your top 10. This is your top 10 that we haven't talked about.
Okay, so my top 10 is, I'm very, like, my mind is just everywhere. So whenever someone asks me my top 10, it's never going to be the same. Every single one of these shows could be in my top 10 at one point, though. Like, I
Okay.
like all of these shows a lot. So number 10, this was the show that started my, like, not sad, dark edgy boy binge, is when I watched Mirai Nikki, or Future Diary.
Oh my
I've
God.
heard good things.
No. Oh my. Okay, keep going.
Wait, is that Oh My in a bad way? Or
Yes.
I really liked it.
Haven't
my
seen
God.
it.
It was so interesting to me.
Oh my.
It was I know it's like, oh, it's the death ground whatever battle royale type style. But like me
Oh,
never
it's like
seeing
Darwin's
any.
game.
Yeah, me never seeing. Well, the whole premise is that there's 12 people. Each of them
Yeah.
have a future diary. So each of them has like a certain thing that could like read into the future somehow and give them like clues. And everyone's like specific to a certain thing. So there's 12 different players.
Okay.
None of them know who they are and don't know what you look like. And last one surviving becomes god of the world. Like it's the dumbest premise ever. But like when it happens, like the fights are interesting. The the last few episodes are complete mind fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Complete
Oh,
mind
okay.
fuck.
I agree with the like when they were all at the table. That the like when they were like at the end when they were all like discussing like
Oh,
that was like all the that's when like the big brain stuff happened. That was like that I actually really enjoyed that, but on the
like
entire rest of the show was big booty.
I I thought this is a show that I think more is personal preference because like I can understand that it's not that great of a show. I thought it
Uh-huh.
was just really interesting when I watched it.
Uh-huh.
Number oh wait, favorite character? Obviously, she's the
Okay.
what's that called again?
Yandere,
Oh,
Yandere.
she's not so good.
Yandere.
Oh, Yandere.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yandere.
does
Where
she have pink hair?
yeah,
Yeah, she has pink hair.
Of course.
she's the one that created the Yandere genre. Yeah.
Was she okay? She's like a forefront. Yeah, go
Shut up.
ahead.
Number 9, Death Parade.
Oh,
Okay,
Death Parade opening's a banger.
it
Okay,
is
opening's amazing. The show, when I watched it for the first time, it was like one of those shows that was like, oh shit, anime could be like actually
good.
like genuine stories. Because it's the kind of show that like you watch and you're like,
Mm,
you can never think of like you never think of that. Because it's about two people who are like in between the afterlife. So like after you die, but before you go to heaven or hell, there are
mm,
these two people that are there that's just waiting, and they like manipulate the people to see if there's like evil within them. So then the
mm.
whole show is like episode after episode, just like seeing if these people are evil by like doing these like weird games with them. And it's like it's just so interesting to me. I thought it was a really cool show. I don't think it's like a top show at like anything, but like I think it's just really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Number 8, you're gonna hate me for it. One Punch Man. I think season 2 is
I
better
like
than
One Punch
season
Man.
1.
One,
Oh,
I
yeah, I like season.
One
I
you
like
Punch
can't
One
Man
say
is
Punch.
a
season 2 is
7
better
out
than
of 10
one.
at best.
Will
One
hates
Punch
it.
Man.
Will
I
hate.
do not like One Punch Man.
Okay.
Well,
Season 2 to me was way better than season 1.
Really?
I
yeah,
loved season
I
actually,
2.
I'm not gonna lie, I do agree.
plot
Like,
Season
wise,
season season 2 where they started to develop the
no,
actual
no. Plot
world
wise, yes,
and
it's 100%
and
better.
introduce Garo, dude. I could
But
like okay, so I like good animation, but when I'm like watching a show, I could honestly care less if it was bad animation. That's why I can like Black Clover.
exactly. Like
I like Black Clover.
season two, the plot is like a lot better than season one. Season one again is like setting up like the premise of One Punch Man, right? Like, okay, this is man who like basically is OP, right? That's basically what they're setting up. And then season two is starting to like set up like more what's happening around like him, right? So like that's what I really liked. And Garo is like a really good villain.
Garo is so good.
Yeah.
I still think that
Okay.
Mob Psycho does the whole OP main character things way better than One Punch Man does it.
Okay, for what? Okay, there's a clear difference. Mob Psycho, when the OP thing about it, like the main thing about Mob Psycho is, it's
He's
trying to develop Mob, while One Punch Man is developing everyone else except Saitama. That's the point of the show. Like he's not supposed to be
oh
the main focus.
here's the difference between Mob Psycho. It's all about how Mob doesn't know how to deal with emotions, and
Hmm.
One Punch Man deals with how Saitama doesn't know how to like deal with his boredness because he's
Yeah,
always bored. But like, so it's like two different characters. You can't really compare. Like, you can say, oh, they're both OP, but like they're way different. Like, you can't say this character's done better or whatever.
yeah, I agree.
Okay, number 7. Oh, I also forgot to say favorite characters. I like Genos from One Punch a lot, actually.
Yeah, he's a
I
good
thought
Uh
it was,
character.
huh.
and from Death Parade, I forgot which episode it was. It was the one woman who did the fighting game. I really like that episode, just because like
Oh yeah.
that episode had to do with like moral ambiguity, and that's what I like that kind of shit. But 7 is Baki. So I just finished
It's a
Baki
hot take, yeah, but yeah.
literally yesterday. Dude, the amount of just sheer hype in that show.
Uh huh.
Like the story, yet again, horrible. Don't care about it. Dude, the hype.
How did you hear about the
Oh,
show and want to watch it?
Baki, I saw it. Like that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so
I never heard anything about it. I just saw it on Netflix. I'm like, oh, this looks like some shitty CGI. Let me check it out.
dude, it's a high testosterone show.
Dude, like literally
It's
the first 2 episodes are literally people just breaking out of prison and slaughtering everyone.
yeah.
Like it's just like it's setting up. The first 2 episodes are literally these 5 guys, all of them nuts. They all just break out slaughtering all the guards. They're like, these 5 beasts of men. Da, da, da. It's just like the show is hype. That's literally the show, and I love it because like that's what I was looking for when I wanted to
Yeah.
see it. So if you're looking for that hype show, dude, literally Baki, it's done. Okay, number 6. Oh, favorite character Baki. Baki's
Fair enough.
number 6. I have a tie because why the fuck not?
Okay.
Konosuba and Psyche because to me they're very similar.
Oh, I forgot about Psyche.
So Konosuba, have we talked about it yet?
No.
No.
Not really.
Okay, I'm
I
just gonna
kinda
gloss
did.
over. I'm gonna gloss over it because everyone knows Konosuba. Konosuba, funny show. It's an isekai. Everyone they get transported or
It's more of
main
a parody
character
isekai though.
parody. Okay, well isekai. Main character dies, gets granted another life in another world. He gets one,
Spoilers, dude. Oh my god.
and the point of the parody is instead of being some big warrior guy, he takes
Panties.
the goddess. No, he takes the goddess that gives him the option. So
To
it's
go
like
with them. Yeah.
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 So then
As
it's about
punishment.
how like him and the
But he
goddess.
does it because he thinks
But
that he'll be able to like just
but
kill everyone instantly. and
it's a
then she does it,
parody
which would be
because it's a
useless.
comedy. It's
Right.
pretty much just a funny show.
Yeah.
Psyche is the same way.
Yeah.
Psyche is almost like Mob in a way because main character is psychic and extremely overpowered,
Uh-huh.
but it
It's
the whole
comedy instead.
it's comedy because he hates like his friends even though they're not his friends. They're just like they spend time around him.
Yeah. Oi,
Like
Aibo.
oi.
Oi, Aibo. Because of ramen. uh,
It's just a
uh,
fun. It's Psyche's just a fun, lighthearted show. Like there's no
yeah.
other way to describe it. Favorite character Nendo because it's Nendo.
Oh yes, Nendo is the best kid. It's like Okiyasu.
Oh, so the main character OP, he can read the mind of anyone within like 3 miles of him, so like he never gets surprised. And then there's this one guy in his class, Nendo, who's just so dumb. Since there's nothing coming in his like he has no thoughts, so like the main character can't see him coming. He can't read his mind because there's nothing there.
Oi, Aibo. He just shows out of
Oi,
nowhere.
Aibo. Number 5 is Kuroko and Haikyuu with another tie because I'm
Okay.
dumb.
Okay.
We've talked about Haikyuu, good show, good hype.
We talked about Kuroko too, I think.
Kuroko, I just liked the twist with everyone has or the main powers. I thought that made it more interesting.
I think I spoiled
Okay.
something.
I thought that was pulled off really well, even though it was kind of dumb.
Hmm.
But yeah, favorite character Kagami because
Okay.
he kind of jumped though.
He do be jumping. Okay.
Number 4, sleeper pick, Houseki no Kuni.
Okay, that is his liver pick.
Land of the Lustrous.
Yeah.
That's that Jewel
Um,
show, right?
yeah. So I'm hoping for a season 2 just because I really liked it. I think it's one of the best shows out there. The art is
Mhm.
amazing. Story is also extremely unique and good. It's it it's dystopian, I'd say.
Yeah,
Right?
I'd say it's dystopian. Yeah.
But like it's not humans, so it's really weird. But it's hard to explain. The main draw for that show is the art because it's all done in CGI.
Oh,
Right.
I didn't know
It's
that.
done really well though. Like the CGI is like gorgeous.
If you had to describe the show in one word, I'd just say grass.
Grass,
Grass.
the flowing grass.
The grass is
Alright,
so good.
I don't have anything else to say about that show. Number
Like-
3, this top 3 are interchangeable on honestly.
Yeah, like I said, my whole list is interchangeable.
Number 3, Parasite. I love this show.
Okay.
Oh, great
Yeah.
show.
Parasite's so good. Just the dynamic between main character and his hand.
In this
Don't take that out of context.
The character development is so good. The fight scenes are good. The plot is interesting. Like to me, it has everything it needs.
Okay.
And it's more of an adult show, I'd say. Maybe
Yeah.
not like adult, but it's more
Yeah, it's
mature.
seinen. It's seinen. Yeah.
Like so,
It
like
had
I
me on
could
the edge
I
of my
could
seat
watch
the whole
that
time,
and
that's all I'm
appreciate
saying.
it for not being like a Naruto type shit.
Yeah.
I was like, my anxiety was like peak levels during that show.
Why?
I
And then
Oh,
agree.
you're just like looking around at people. who the, who the fuck?
Zach keeps looking at his right hand. Miggy.
I
All
like how I
right.
did it right.
Number 2, Code Geass,
Okay,
because
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the first time I ever watched a
Number
show.
two.
Number 2, because I have
Ooh.
number 1. Code Geass to me, honestly, the perfect show. Like I don't think
Okay.
there's
Oh,
like I think
I'm
it's the
curious what
best
number
show.
one is. If this is the perfect
I
show.
think Code Geass is the best show. Not
The
the
only thing I
not
don't
my
like about
not my
Code
favorite,
Geass
but the best.
Oh
is
yeah,
that
my
number
hot
one.
take for Code Geass, what I didn't mention is I think Suzaku is a shit character. I never liked him.
Oh,
Actually, a
that's
lot of
whole-
people,
I
the
love
a
whole-
lot,
Suzaku.
a lot of
Well,
people.
I don't like Suzuku, but his
That's not
character
that
makes
is
him
not
look.
a hot
No,
take.
I'm saying
Yeah.
like I didn't like his character either. Like I didn't like anything about him. Like his character, like how he was done. I didn't.
I think you like him more than you realize. Like if he was taken out of the show, I think you wouldn't like the
I
show
think I like
as much.
Suzaku better than Lelouch.
Suzuku was the kind of
Ooh.
Rip.
Yeah.
really.
Probably no, probably not. But I
I'm
just
I'm just gonna say this right now, Zach. You're wrong.
the
like
Okay.
your
dynamic didn't feel
opinion's
that much of
literally
an
wrong.
opinion.
Wait, Brandon said Kogias is perfect. Number one has to be Ishizoku reviewers. If not,
He hasn't
I
even
don't
watched it.
No, number 1 is not not the best, but it's my favorite.
What is it?
Kill.
Anohana.
I don't know. Okay,
Yeah,
I can
good.
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the
Uh,
it was the show that like connected with me also because like
uh,
I friend type shit. Cause like the whole
okay.
show is
Because you fell in a river.
Your friend died and fell in a river when you were young.
I'm just gonna spoil the first episode because it's so good. But first episode, it's a main character. He's lonely, doesn't talk with anyone. He's like a shut-in.
Uh,
Um, a ghost of his childhood friend comes to him, and the whole show is learning about their backstory. Like not only the main character and the ghost, but like their friends. Because like it's a group of 6 people, and like the one girl that died, and like her ghost comes back. They're all like connected through her, so like even though none of them are actually friends like now, like 5, 10 years later or whatever,
I think
like
it's 10.
mhm.
it connects all of them through the ghost of this girl. Like and it's just like it's really touching, honestly. Like that's
Manhwa.
the only way I can and like the reason why it's at my number 1 is because like I kind of went through that friend type shit. So like it connected with me, you know? Kind of sad. But like I don't know. The show
Anohana's ending.
The hide and seek. The hide and seek. Mm,
like no
Ooh.
so the ending of each episode, like the musical ending
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm
amazing.
talking about.
The way that
Every
it
time you listen to it, you got more sad.
Well, because the thing about the show is like it wasn't the same ending every time because the episode length changed like varied like within like 30 seconds to a minute. So like it would start at a different time in the ending if you didn't realize that.
yeah.
And like the music would start while the show was like ending. So it's not like
Yeah.
the show cut off and the music started. The music would start once like
There's a lot of
the
shows that do that though.
emotional like mountain part of the episode would happen. So like the music would cut in, you're like, oh shit, and then it happens, and you're like, oh. And then the actual ending to the show of like episode 11, oh my god,
Yeah, I
like
will
Yeah.
say for my sad binge of the 5 shows I watched, I think I cried the most for Anohana.
it's so good. I'm sorry, it's my number 1.
It's a great
I
show.
it's my forever favorite, honestly.
Okay. Any closing thoughts for anybody?
Um,
Yo, Angelo.
Yo, Angelo.
Yo.
I feel bad. I feel bad for not including Naruto because Naruto is
No,
probably
yeah.
like
Shout out Naruto. It's like what got me into anime. It's what made me like.
even if it's not on my list, it's in the
It will
list.
always be one of my favorites. Like even if it's not in my top 10. Like if that makes any sense.
It's the one that sticks with me.
Actually, yeah. For one more thing, for when Brandon was watching Anohana, I remember I called him on Discord one night, and he told me that he couldn't see his screen because he had so much tears in his eyes, and he couldn't
Yeah, he's in a
talk.
picture
He's
of
in a
it.
picture of it.
Episode 11,
In the group
I had to
me.
watch in 2 different parts because like I couldn't read the subtitles.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good. Do you not,
It is.
dude? Oh, best
I agree.
character of Anohana. Best character of Anohana. Hear me out. Hear me out. Popo.
I knew you
Oh
were gonna say
my
Popo.
god.
I knew you were gonna say Popo.
Dude, his story is
He
tragic.
put up such a front. Okay, I don't want to
You
spoil anything, but he put up
you
such a
think
front.
No spoilers, no spoilers.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
spoil it, but like you think he's just like the happy-go-lucky guy, and then it's
Which he
dropped.
is. He is the one
No,
that one
but
of the
he.
group.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god!
except
But
yeah.
then
All
that
right.
drops,
No,
and
I
you're like,
agree. Okay, all right.
oh,
Well,
All right.
that is it.
dude,
That was
show
our
is so
that was the
good.
4 of our
So good.
top 10s and
Yeah.
our reasonings. Do you guys have anything else to add?
Ishizoku reviewers.
Yeah.
Please watch it.
Yeah, great
Please
show.
watch
Watch Anohana.
Okay, thanks for listening.